Ari. Pfft. He must be saying pfft. Gotta get to hurry up, man. Okay, close this. Please close this. Fresh. There we go. It's not coming through. There we go. Sure one. Where's my one then? Yeah, I don't know why. It's on live. One second. I'm trying to find the link. For some reason it's not appearing on the automatic message. Now it does. Okay. Swear to God. Okay. Hello and welcome to a wet Grand Prix here in USA. I am your host, DxT Hobo. Joining me as always is Gaz Ferret. How you doing, pal?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
I'm very well ready for this. So you're watching the LFR MNR round 5 around USA. It is very wet at the moment. So hopefully we can get some updates on what the actual race is going to be like. But what are you expecting today, Gaz?
Well, it's USA, so I'm hoping for a lot of battling. I'm hoping for a good competition at the front because we've got Percy on a qualifying ban, so it'll be quite interesting to see how he does from the back, really.
Yeah, it will be very interesting as well because he does have to now retire as he has done there with a wet. So yeah, it depends. I've said if it's a wet race, it doesn't really make that much of an impact. But if you get stuck in the back having a battle, that's where damage comes into play. I think here.
Yeah, especially with the type of corners that you're going to be facing. There's a whole parade of different corners that our drivers will be facing. So any one of them corners could be where they get the damage from a car making a aggressive overtake.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'll do, I'll quickly read out the standings from the last race. So obviously after round 4, Death Dragon is leading in the McLaren with 73 points. In second is Percy with 72. Then we have Freedoms with 43 in the Alfa Romeo. DxT Matty in the Mercedes with 35. Flea in the Red Bull on 29. We have Civi in the Renault on 24. El Stefano in the Haas on 18. Bilton Matt in the Williams on 10, joint with by CDMJW in the Renault, and also by Kingsholm in the Ferrari, all on 10 points. Matty Bott in the AlphaTauri on 6, joint with Tia in the Ferrari. Wild Gamer in the Mercedes is on 4 points. Non-Human in the Williams is on 1, along with Ari the Race Guy in the Alfa Romeo. And then yet to score, we have Taylor McKenzie in the McLaren. Vike de Lay, or Vike de La, that's how you would say that, is AlphaTauri. Got another new person here, SKRALD. I'll try to work out how to pronounce that in a bit in the Racing Point. Scrolled, there we go, Scrolled in the Racing Point. Ryan Van Doom in the Haas, and Brooksy in the Racing Point as well. We've got Constructors? Not yet, no, it's fine.
I've just got information from Matthew Green, who's popped up on our feed. He's saying quality's showing drying up in 30 minutes, so we could be seeing a dry Q3. And it should be a dry race as well, so that's great.
That should be good. It does mean that the qualifying will be completely mixed up, which should be interesting to see. Should see some big boys coming out in the Q1. Alright, so quickly run through the Constructors. I have found it. Mercedes are leading with 20. So it's not in order, so I've got to work out the order. Red Bull winning with 101. In second is the McLaren on 73. Then we have the Alfa Romeo on 50. So it's literally not in order, so I'm trying to work out which is next. Mercedes on 29 points. Renault on 24. With 18 points is the Haas. 16 is Ferrari, and 11 with Williams and AlphaTauri on 6. So there we go.
Good work.
I literally had to work out where everyone was, so sorry about that. If I did get anyone wrong, I do apologise. But there we go.
So we are 5 minutes into our Q1 there, with just over 13 minutes to go. We are on board with Death Dragon, who is actually going to be the first driver to put in a competitive time, as he is rounding off turn 18 at the moment. I do think Death Dragon is one of the drivers who will be putting a competitive time at the top. It'll be quite interesting to see how he does compared to drivers such as King's Home, DxT, Matty, Ari, who are quite quick as well. So there's 146.0, so a nice time there. And Brooksy with 147.8.
Difference in the times when you've got a bit of water on the track is ridiculous.
Yeah, a Freedom with a 147.0, so the times are a little bit scattered at the moment. Drivers are getting used to the circuit in the wet. It's a difficult circuit within a dry, so it's going to be quite tough in the wet, indeed.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Because you can't really put down your overtake either, because you're going to be spinning the rear wheels so much.
Yeah, definitely.
Mackenzie crosses the line in the McLaren on a 148.8 scroll with a 149.7. King's Hull 148.7, so some good times coming in, all around about the same. Obviously, DxT Matty a slow time, 150.
It's probably just getting used to the circuit. Maybe invalidated the laps. He lost. I wouldn't say invalidated, lost time on the corner, so he had to jump, hold back and charge the ERS. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump on board with Matty and basically give a rundown of the circuit. Okay, so Circuit of Americas, as you can see, Matty Bot is coming around turn 1. Turn 1 is a tight hairpin. The switchback is very strong on this corner. So you might see some overtakes getting reversed there as we go around turn 2, which is sweeping right-hander, into turns 3 and 4, 5 and 6, the Maggott and Beckett-esque corners that are featured in many circuits around the world. As they now go around turn 8, onto the approach of turn 9. Turn 9 is a quite tight corner. You'd have to slow down quite a bit. Turn 10 is this very wide-angled corner here. Don't really feel much like a corner. Onto turn 11. Turn 11, this is where we're going to be expecting a lot of diving into that corner to try and capture a space or two as we go down where we could call the Abu Dhabi Straight, because it's basically the same as what you get in Yas Marina. A long straight with a very sharp corner at the end. So expect the cars to be positioned in the middle of the track to defend from a faster driver. As we come around up to turns 13, 14, which is these two right-hand corners here, and then the left-hand reverse corners of 15 and 16, which are basically, I have spoken to a few people about this, and it's like turns 9 and 10 in Bahrain. Now this is my favourite corner of the circuit, which is 17 and 18 here, which is like turn 8 at Turkey. Quadruple apex corner, very long, high Gs. And now turn 19 is quite fast-paced. And I went to turn 20 here with the pit entry on the left-hand side. A little bit slow, but rounds off nicely for a nice time of a 147.0. So puts himself in provisional 8th. Good time for Matty Bot.
Brilliant time there from Matty. So, as we were reading that, I'm just going to read out some comments. So we've got Izzy in the chat as always. Hello Izzy, how are you doing? Alpha, we've got Ari as well. Welcome Ari. Ari's also said, Hobo, do you remember when we went on the last few days ago, we obviously been a race in a different league. I can't remember what race it was. I think it was China, possibly. But basically, we didn't check the weather, and we went out on a dry setup with a wet race. He just basically reminded me of that. I'm hoping you've not done that now. I'm gone out on a wet setup on a dry race. Izzy said, what's your thoughts on the new Alpha, Gaz? Obviously, that has now been released. If you've seen
Alpha, it. Yeah, I've seen it. It's basically the flip of the colours, isn't it? Oh, I quite like it.
Let me have a look and see this. I've not seen it yet.
It looks very. It's like the same kind of design, but they just flip the corners, so the white for the red for the white.
This is what I think they should do. Actually, yeah, they listened. Remember I said it last week around Hungary. If they flipped it.
Yes. It does look really nice. I think there's a lot of people had the same suggestion. It's the fact that because they are one of the only cars that actually had a proper change. I know the AlphaTauri has gone for a top blue and a bottom white look, but it's still looks pretty much the same. It's just like the nose has been got that blue, it's like a blue stripe down it rather than the white. So, but Alfa Romeo's done really fantastic with the new look.
It does look nice. It does look nice.
I do prefer it. I was sitting there going, it's the same, but it's different. But no,
It's weird how they've done it because obviously the nose is remaining white. No, I know as it was last year. So it's fine. If you got okay, let's have a look with Ari. So there we go. This is Ari's car here. So trying to get a better view other than the one we got. But you can see the halo is remaining the same colour. But the difference is coming at the back of the car, where it's going to be the top half is going to be white and the bottom half is going to be the rouge colour. Whereas obviously this year it's the other way around. It's the rouge and the white. As you can see there, there we go, much better.
yeah,
But yeah, the nose is staying as white, which I do like. And obviously the what's the name's changed as well. The end plates, they're now rouge as well.
yeah. See, I do like the whole design. It's like because they mixed it up a bit, and it's nice to see. Because if you looked at the McLaren, you put the McLaren and the new McLaren and the old McLaren next to each other, unless you've got a keen eye, you're not going to see much of a difference. Big differences on that was the vents and the rainbow stripes at the rear quarters are slightly different, but everything else is pretty much the same, and it's a slight different shade of blue.
Yeah, see, I'm just looking at it now. I do like the how they've gone into the rainbow at the back. But yeah, essentially it's the same looking car. It is the same looking car.
And rumour is that Mercedes are not changing their look. They haven't actually technically changed their look in so long. All they've done is just changed it from silver to black for the season, but I think they're keeping the same livery.
Same black.
Same black, yeah, it's going to be in black with the 3-pointer stars on the back.
The black, do you know what? The black does look really nice on that car. It does look really amazing, the black.
See, I think now that we've had a season of novelty with it, it's gone boring for me. And DxT Matty 145.4, fantastic time with Vike in second.
I'm on board with Ari, and he's just worked out how difficult it is to stop on the in the wets because he just completely missed the pit entry, and had to do a bit of a reverse job. Well done, Ari.
Ooh. Tay Paxter with a 144.5.
Wow.
Now Tay Paxter is actually is a driver and in a USA league that we do know. We met. I met him a few weeks ago on commentating for one of his Classic Cup races. A fantastic, very competitive driver. I love to see what he and Percy can do together.
Yeah, it should be good. It should be a good partnership, them two. I was looking at other. Any other cars been released yet? I've seen the McLaren, I've seen the Alpha. I'm eager, really eager to see the Aston Martin. I am waiting to see that.
I have got a list of the reveal dates.
Ooh. So there you go, guys. Get your pen and papers ready.
So basically, the Red Bull should have been released on the 23rd, which is tomorrow.
Hang on.
I think it's the 22nd today, isn't it?
Yes, 23rd tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, so 23rd tomorrow, so that should be the Red Bull should be released tomorrow. We've got the Alpine and the Mercedes released on the 2nd of March, with the Aston Martin the 3rd of March, the Williams on the 5th of March, Ferrari with the 10th of March, and Haas still hasn't confirmed their date yet, but they have got a contractual agreement that their release has got to be before the Ferrari.
That's interesting.
Ferrari wants to be the last car released. They've always done it every year, the last one. I think it is one of those things they try and make sure their cars are their associated partners release their cars a little earlier so they can have the full glory at the end.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm interested to see what the Haas come back. Cause I did like the black and gold for the Haas, but seeing Wild Gamer getting really out of shape there as he goes through the fake maggots and Beckett's. But yeah, so obviously I did like the black and gold, but you can't have two black cars on the grid now, surely.
No. But then again, it's just basically the Mercedes is just playing dress up for 2 seasons. That's all. So they can have a true black car, but then again, I'd always looked at the Renault as a black car with yellow highlights.
Yes, yeah, I'm exactly the same way. Like, I don't agree with, for example, they're all in the pit at the moment, but as you can see on the on my side of the screen on the grid, it's got a yellow by the Renault. Yes, Renault is yellow, yeah, but it's basically black. Let's be honest. As you can see there, the car's there. It's basically a black car.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you sat there describing the car itself, you'll look at it and go, it's black with yellow on it. You don't say it's a yellow car with black.
Exactly, you would say that, yeah, definitely. So I would love to see.
Just seen a comment.
Sorry, go on. You go first.
Sorry, I just got seen a comment there from Tapaxter. Oh, I just seen Ari spinning. Is that Ari?
I know. You saw Izzy Stevie smash into him. That was very close.
I was on board with Civvy at the time. Yeah, so basically, I just had Tapaxter asking who the commentator was beside me, but so Tapaxter, this is DxT Herbo, is the regular commentator. He is the main guy from Monday Night Racing, I would say. We share it. So basically, with us, you get the complete differences. So with Gaz, you're going to get the full track names, the track details, the information side of it. It's all going to come from him. I come up with the crap. Basically, I feel. I feel. You're the Crofty of the team.
Oh no, you don't. You take that back. Swear to God, we're going to fall out, Gaz.
I can't apologise for that. But,
I hate Crofty. Yeah. That's a bit of background. I hate Crofty.
You do know more about F1 than Crofty does.
Yeah. But then he knows more about darts than me, so there we go. Swings and roundabouts.
He should have stayed at darts.
But yeah, so I think we're probably with my side. I know a lot more of these drivers on the other leagues and stuff because I do commentate a lot of these guys as Matty's retired from this session. So yeah, you get a bit of difference between me and Gaz. I think it's a good partnership. It is a good partnership.
It is a very good partnership, indeed.
So a couple of messages to quickly read out as well. Ari said, "Shush, that was embarrassing." Izzy said, "Well, there's a lot from there." 1 second. Yeah, they did an Uno reverse on the Alpha. Alpha is giving her the Williams vibes, which I do kind of see that actually. The Williams. It's very similar to Williams. Have we got anyone out? There you go. So there's the Williams there. It is very, very similar to the Williams, where they've gone with all white. So I do kind of see that. McLaren have also removed the rainbow halo. I like the rainbow halo. I did like the rainbow halo. I thought that was nice.
The rainbow halo was all about the whole of that season's progression to have full equality within the ranks of F1 and motorsport in general. So I kind of understand why they would take that away, because this year should be about something different.
Yeah.
We should be looking at a different angle, because last year was about the end of racism. Maybe they should start have the other rainbows colours that people use for different. Because I've just seen Ari spinning out at turn 3. So the magazine basket, he's lost a bit of weight. The thing is that he's in 14th at the moment, which means that as long as someone doesn't leapfrog him from below, then we might actually see him through into Q2.
It should be safe for the time being.
I'm going to jump on board with Wild Gamer.
I'm on board with Tay at the moment as well. So you jump on Wild Gamer.
I'm going to stay with Wild Gamer. The reason why I'm staying with Wild Gamer is because I know he's got a very good racecraft about him.
Yes, he does.
Being one of the only drivers out there with actually real racing experience. Even though it is on a lawnmower.
It's still racing.
It's still racing. He should be able to get a bit of a quicker time there, and hopefully he hasn't invalidated the next lap, which he hasn't. So hopefully he puts a good time, because he could be one of the drivers to knock Ari out of Q1.
Yeah, and also Tia as well has set a really slow time. So wait and see. So Ari, so Izzy also said she liked the comparison that I did with the Alfa Romeo. It was good timing, to be honest. There's a rumour that the Haas is going to be pink.
Wild Gamer has spun.
Oh no!
He spun exactly the same corner as Ari did earlier. And Tate Paxton with a faster time of 144.2.
Unreal time.
What a time! I'll be honest. I'm a bit worried what the times are going to be like when we're looking at the race. So what's going to be like, because some of these new drivers, like Vike is up there in 4th at the moment. That's a fantastic stint. Ryan Van Doom, another new driver, at 8th. Taylor at 9th. Now coming over from TNR. We still haven't seen a lot of quick drivers. We haven't seen Tia at his best. We haven't seen Scroll at his best. El Stefano still could put in a good time as well. So it's going to be a very interesting. And we've got like the brothers of non-human and freedom, and they've always been quite quick.
Yeah, them two are obviously very competitive between the two. So yeah, Matty crosses the line, doesn't improve. Oh, he does improve a bit, but not in position. Goes a 146.7. Freedom's the last one now to cross the line, but he's invalidated it, so he will be ending if he doesn't make the pit entry. Never mind. He's overshot that, and he'll cross the line to finish.
I'll be honest, I'm just quite shocked that Ari lost it again at turn 3 and took out the whole of his left wing.
Lucky to stay in the moment. He's very, very lucky to be in hopefully in Q2. So obviously, we don't know if the game will make it, 14 cars like it did last time, or 13 cars like it did last time.
I'm on board of Ari at the moment, and I've got the weirdest camera angle in the world. It is basically like they put a camera right above the rear wing. You can see the whole car and nothing but the car. It was a bit weird.
That is very strange. Yeah, so what do you think of the Haas with going
pink? So what are they going to get back? Are they getting the best water technology?
Yeah, so BWT are their sponsor.
So they've. I'll be honest, I'm a bit a bit unsure about the whole sponsorship jumping back and forth. I think it's a bit
because it's going to get to a point. I still call Racing Point Force India. Like that's how bad this is. I'm now going to end up calling Haas Force India. That's just how it's going to turn out. So yeah. Very quickly, I'll run out. We're saying about the Wild Gamer, Scroll, Tia, and Percy. So yeah, so I'm naturally going to start calling the Haas AlphaTauri. Not AlphaTauri. They're going to get that wrong now. Racing Point or Force India. So like, it's a bit of a strange one, to be honest. You didn't read the whole message. Oh, sorry. Hang on. I didn't read the whole message.
Sorry. Go on. Carry on.
But that's not looking likely now. I think the Haas is going to have a bit more white this year. Okay, there we go.
Fair enough. So basically just an update with Matthew Green about improving his time. Really, he was 7 tenths up and he messed up at the Bahrain corners. I think we're going to have to go. So we'll go. The home straight, Maggots and Beckett is the twisty part going up to where the Abu Dhabi straight. Then we've got the Bahrain corners, and the Turkey turn 8. I think that's how we're going to break it down, aren't we? The circuit.
Yeah, basically.
Because this circuit doesn't have any corners.
What did you call it before we went live? You got a good name for it.
Oh, the Herman Tilke special.
Yeah, the Herman Tilke special. It literally is like. The USA have got no imagination, and they've got so much elevation in this track as well. Like they could have done so much with it, and I think they kind of missed the trick here. I think.
Yeah, definitely have.
But there you go. I'm happy that they got a right turn in an American circuit. Let's be honest. I'm more happy about that.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do it like they've done a whole loop just so they can three left turns just to make one right. If you get me, so that all the right hand turns were just all these loops.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there. They're not very good at right hand turns in America.
No, not at all.
So what else we got? Ari's lucky to get into Q2. Let's be honest. He said that's Q2. He said it with confidence as well. Like, yeah, that's Q2. I'm done. Very lucky, Ari. Very lucky. Oh, I'd like to see some old cars come back again, though. I would like to see 22 cars back on the grid again.
Oh yeah.
What would be the one you'd call back?
Matthew Green's also updated us on Haas concept ideas. Where it's a two-tone black.
That would sound quite nice. Because their sponsor colour, well, their actual colour as a Haas is black and red, isn't it? Basically black and red.
Well, it's what it's like. It's black, red, and white as colours. But then, I'll be honest. I think they should go to Joe. They should go to Ford Motorsport. Get them back into F1.
Oh, that'd be good.
And then go with the whole Joe Stars and Stripes livery just to kind of staple the whole American link. It would be great. It might actually then open up more of a American
sponsorship
fan
as well,
base.
And sponsorship definitely to it as well.
Yeah, because if you actually do look on the Circuit of America's race, a lot of the sponsors are European based. So Rolex is normally all over the place. Pirelli. So like.
There's a lot of Pirelli and DHL. I think DHL are American, I believe. Are they
No,
DHL?
the German.
No, German. There you go, the German. Yeah,
German.
FedEx is American.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. They're
Kind
more,
of.
I see them as American. Oh, God, everyone I go on to invalidates. Let's find someone else. Invalidated.
Yeah, I was on board with Freedom then. He's like invalidated.
I don't know. I jumped up with Death Dragon, invalidated. Jumped on with Vike, invalidated. Come on, guys.
I'm going to set one Flea, because Flea's got past the difficult section where people do invalidate. So let's see how he does, because Flea's actually... he's one of those drivers I'd love to be able to see his on-board footage for his whole race, because he makes these overtakes that you just don't expect to happen. So they come out of nowhere.
Oh,
so
it's also dry. Let's notice as well.
Yeah, it is. It is. So the drivers are on... Let's see what tyres they're on.
Notice, hang on a minute. Different tyres on. Let's put the best ones on. So let's have a look what else we got. There was discussion to bring back the MNR/Marussia as a Mercedes junior team, what Red Bull do with AlphaTauri, which again, that's a good shout. They weren't very good, unfortunately. I think they needed to help them out a little bit more. But the problem is, I think teams like Renault, they're the ones that need they need the sister teams, because arguably Mercedes have got Racing Point, Ferrari have got Alfa Romeo. And they got also Mercedes have got Williams as well, partly.
See, that's where I'm gonna jump in and go. It doesn't work that way with Williams, because you've got to think of which teams have academy teams.
Yeah.
Academies. So basically, you've got the 5 top teams do have academies. So you've got Mercedes, Williams, Renault, Ferrari, Red Bull. They're the ones. They're the main academies for drivers. So they're the ones who should be having sister teams. So Williams would need a sister team, but being at the bottom of the grid, you can't have a sister team.
It's a shame.
But then, if Mercedes really wanted a sister team, they could have bought into Williams last year.
Yeah, they could have.
Williams is going cheap.
They could have saved them.
They actually did save them, really, to be honest. Because they took over George Russell's payments.
Yeah. So they kind of bought a driver. Let's be honest. They kind of bought a driver.
Yeah.
But it's I said like with Renault, they haven't got that sister team really. So if anything, if anyone's going to bring a sister team in, I would like to see. I don't like sister teams. Don't get me wrong, because there's always a bit like with what Red Bull do with AlphaTauri when they just swap drivers mid-season. I don't technically agree with that. I think you've got a driver, you stick with that until the contract's done, or until you've negotiated a new contract. To swap and change drivers, in my eyes, is a bit cheaty. It's a bit cheating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you wouldn't get drivers like Sebastian Vettel flying up in performance like he did.
Or Charles Leclerc, for example, with Alfa Romeo.
Yes, of course. So you don't get those kind of wow, look at these drivers like a lot of these new younger drivers have done in the past. Well, while we got to the halfway point of Q2, let's run through the current position. So we've got Freedom at the top with a 131.5, with Brooksy in second with 131.9, Death Dragon 132.4.
As a new fast lap comes in.
Paxton 130.3, totally smashes it. Absolutely phenomenal. I swear that he should have done it on if he did that on mediums, he still would have got first.
Yeah, he would have done. He would have walked it.
It's 0.9 of a second. You are looking at difference just because of the length of the track. So we've got Death Dragon in fourth now with 132.4, King's Home 132.4. He is 500s behind Death Dragon. Non-human 132.5. Ryan Van Doom 132.6, El Stefano 132.6, Ari 132.9, Civi 133.0, Flea 133.2, and Taylor 133.5. So we've got groups. So we've got Tay Paxton out on the lead massively. He's American. He's going to be practicing this track. He's on his back doorstep. He should be I've practiced there Silverstone more than any other track, I reckon, apart from Austria.
Mine's I think obviously Britain's one of our highly practiced ones, but it also goes out to Australia and Bahrain, because normally on a career mode I only do the first 2 races before I get bored. It's always the way. Always the way.
Yeah, I think I'll be honest. I've kind of I think I got to race 9, so I'm kind of going, oh yeah, I'm a bit bored now.
Yeah, I've never completed a season. 2019 I completed the season, no problem.
I only started doing the commentary and online stuff when I got 2020. So I'm still quite new to the gaming side of it, but F1's been something I've been watching since I was a kid.
Yeah, same here. That's it. My earliest memories of watching, sitting there with my granddad watching the Ferrari go around. I used to like them as a kid. The little Michael Schumacher Ferrari.
See, the one thing I do remember is the Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen battle round Belgium, where they go 3 wide. I can't even remember who the driver was in the middle. But Mika Hakkinen trying to get past Michael Schumacher all the way around Belgium, and then he makes a 3 wide pass up at the end of the straight. I can't even, off the top of my head, I can't remember the straight. But he goes through Eau Rouge around. So it's Eau Rouge up through. Bloody hell, I'm brain fart. Well, basically, he goes up and it's like he's stuck behind Michael Schumacher. Couldn't move. Michael Schumacher goes wide to get the wide angle because the car in front decides to move. It has to move out the way with the blue flags. So he comes off the racing line. Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen go, I'm faster than both of these. Bam, right around the inside, goes into the chicane and takes the lead and takes a win. One of the earliest memories I've ever done, ever had of F1. So it's Vidillion. That's it. Got off the top of my head. I was like,
you got it eventually.
Wow. It's a brain fart. I'm focused. I sit there and I do focus on one track at a time when I'm doing commentary. So the fact that I've got it back in my head, then it's good.
That's very good. Very good. I was on board with Matty, but unfortunately he's invalidated. But I'm going to stay on board with him. He looks like he's going to go round for another run. Izzy's come in with a question, I believe it was. This is one probably aimed at you really more than anything, Gaz. Don't Williams have reduced prices on power units too, or am I just making that up?
You are correct on that. They do have reduced prices of power units as well as the new gearbox that's going into the Williams this year.
There you go. So yeah, well done, Izzy. That's a good fact you brought up there. And Chesney even started a career mode.
Is he just put out the Camel Straight? Yes, it is the Camel Straight at the end. You know, it's stupid. It's like I'm sitting there when you focus. Like, I've got to commentate USA, so I'm sitting there waiting, remembering all the corners. Look, USA is one of the easy ones. I will be honest.
Yeah,
sorry, Tay Paxter. I do apologise. He's actually from Belgium, not USA.
Ah, it's from Belgium.
I'm so sorry. It's because you're racing that American league, mate. I do apologise. So
he'll know the Camel Straight very well.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's probably got his family members who could tell him about the old stories of the old Belgian circuit. So the ones that the ones that really scared drivers.
Claimed a lot of lives, the Spa circuit. So who's getting a drive through here? Oh, okay. So Ken Doyle just joined the chat, my stream. Okay, a little story about Ken. So obviously we were racing on Saturday. I was commentating for him. It must have been one of the most unluckiest starts to a race I've ever seen. He first of all jump starts, so he gets the instant drive through, which is understandable. He gets a drive through. Then Ari spins out in front of him, who can't really avoid the contact and hits him. He then gets a broken wing, and to add to injury, another drive-through. So within the first 3 laps, he spent it going past his own pit garage. Because he had to change his wing, then do a drive-through, then do a drive-through. Guess where he came? Gaz, have a guess what position he finished.
Oh. See, this is going to be one of his things. I'm going to say, after all that, I'll be surprised if he got into the top 10.
He come 4th.
4th.
He finished 4th, and finished 4th well. Like, no penalties, nothing. He kept his head. He was helping for safety. There was one safety car, which did bring him back into it. But to still finish 4th, when I think 90% of the drivers in this chat or in this lobby would have probably quit. It just shows you just determination.
Well, this is why this is a perfect setup really for why we put out the LFR Jensen Button Award.
Yeah, definitely.
It's exactly to stop people from going, oh yeah, you are. Oh, there's no point doing this. I'll just quit. No, we don't want you to quit. We want you to keep going.
Yeah, because anything can happen in F1. Anything can happen, and Ken's a martyr to it. He's been there and he's proven it. He finished 4th in a race where me and Nevo was convinced he would quit. Like, convinced. Any one of us would have probably quit. But unreal.
Well, you you see it all the time. You're like a circuit with high casualties. You have 9 drivers finishing the race. If that one driver goes, you know what, I'm going to stay out. I'm just going to carry on. They would have got that 1 point.
Exactly. Which I don't. I had it round Baku. I think this was one of my first league races I was ever part of, and I used to hate Baku. It used to be one of my hated tracks because I wasn't very good on the pads on keeping it out the wall. Let's be honest. And I was lapped twice, and I realised I was 11th. Bearing in mind, there's 11 cars on the grid left. So I'm 11th place. I'm like, okay, look, I can either quit. I've got half the race to go, or I can carry on. I came 8th. I was like, because cars kept crashing out, and I just kept a steady pace. I was like, okay, I'm fine. I got 8th. So I said, don't. That's why I've always been an advocator for not quitting and just sticking it out. I've only ever quit one race, and that was the T&E evaluations, purely because without that we turned damage off for it for the first time to test it out, and we then realised that drivers have no fear when damage is off, and they drove like it. So a lot of time I was getting spun out. But yeah.
Alright, so we're coming up to the end of Q2, so we're going to run through the standings as we've still got drivers still to put into a couple of times. So we've got Tay Paxter in the lead with 130.3, proper smashing it out there. Freedom with 131.5, Flea on a 131.6, Brooks in a 131.9, Ari 139.9, Vike on a 132.2. We've got a non-human with a 131.2, jumps into second. So then we've got Death Dragon, who's now in 8th on a 132.4. He is on he's on a fast lap right now. We've got King's Home on 132.4, just started his fast lap. We've got Matty Bott on a 132.5. We've got Ryan Van Doom. Did I say Matty Bott, did I?
No. He just only just said that. He's just set that into. He went into 8th. Obviously, he's dropped down to 10th now.
Oh, fair enough. That was still quite competitive times here. We've got Ryan Van Doom on a 132.6, El Stefano 132.6, Civi 133.0, and Taylor, who's on a 133.5. So I think he might have had a little bit of a mess up there, Taylor. Split choices here with the mediums and the softs.
Yeah, so currently I'm on board with DxT Matty as he's on his set of softs, trying to set his first legitimate time. Set up Pole Sector 2. Again, it's not sure if that's actually session fastest or just his personal fastest, but we'll wait and see. He's got one more corner to navigate. Let's see how he does this. This could make or break him. He's not invalidated so far. Fingers crossed. Does keep within the lines. And goes 4th.
Oh, nice.
Good save. Does push Matty Bot back out into the danger zone as El Stefano is coming into the pits.
Well, King's Homer has invalidated his lap, so he won't be able to improve, so he will be out at Q2. Matty Bott now coming around the last 2 corners. A little bit of a glitch there, I would say. Goes wide in that corner. Invalidate. Sorry.
No, he's kept it in. I don't know how. I don't know how. I think he's pulled out. He's pulled out of it.
What? Why? I think he might want to go for the tyre strategy.
Yeah, possibly. I was on board with Ryan Van Doom. He's got one more corner to navigate. He's already set 1 lap. So this is just one to make sure he gets into that Q3, should say, and he does. 132.001.
It's quite. If you look at these times, El Stefano up to Ari, they're actually quite close times. 7 tenths is not a big gap, really. We've got Death Dragon and Vike there sitting in the middle with the medium tyres. Vike out of Q2.
But also, Dixon as well was Tay and Non-Human and Freedoms had to do 2 laps on their tyres.
Oh, that's a good point. That'll be it'll show at the beginning of the race. You'll see like there's people like Taylor, who's now jumped into second with a fantastic lap of 130.9. Absolutely outstanding lap.
And also as well, just notice Death Dragon on 4 lap old mediums.
See, the mediums you can get away with having a few laps on them.
Yeah, a few more extra you can get away with. I wouldn't go any more than that. But the problem is now, obviously, we're now waiting for Non-Human to retire because his car is still going round and it's going to be adding wear to his tyres still. I believe that's still the case. I don't think Codemasters have stopped wear when you cross the line. We'll wait and see. So there we go.
So that's quite an interesting end to the Q2 there, and I'm kind of glad we've seen a dry session.
Yeah, definitely
Kinda,
glad to see a dry session.
Dry session with the Q2 I would say it's the most important Q2.
Yes, but especially this is the time you're going to be starting on.
Yeah, definitely is the key one. So we're saying goodbye to Vike, Kingzone, Matibot, and El Stefano, and Civi.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. Obviously, crucially though, everyone other than Death Dragon on the mediums. So that's what they'll be starting on. That's going to be one to watch, I think. Death Dragon, obviously, I get why he's put on the mediums. I think give it a go. So I think he's probably on the better strategy, possibly. But you never know. Races are quite, anything can happen. Like we were saying earlier, anything can happen during these races. Just don't write anyone off yet.
Especially USA, it takes one little mistake for the S-Bends, and you're pretty much down 5 places easily.
Also, just notice as well, Ari is in Q3. Considering his shocking Q1, he's managed to get through into Q3. So well done, Ari. And he said in the chat, and that's Q3. So again, he's getting a bit cocky. As Ari.
Cocky people normally taste concrete when they hit the wall, don't they?
They do a lot of the time, very much.
I'm going to put a commentator's curse. I'm going to sit on Ari quite a lot on this and just see if how he likes the commentator's curse on him.
Well,
I don't like cocky drivers. A bit of swagger's all right, but come on, cockiness. Sit back down, kid.
He's also got the worry of being Izzy's jinx as well, because obviously being an Irish driver, Izzy will follow him.
Yes.
He's got double jinx there.
And he's Irish, so it's that's
a third jinx.
That's a third jinx.
I'm waiting for the attack in the comments in a minute if I'm Izzy. Wait and see.
It's all banter. It's all banter.
It's all fun and games here. I'm not allowed to say anything in regards to a certain Alpha driver today. He's not Irish. Then why'd you support him then? You follow all the Irish drivers, I thought. So why Ari? I assumed he was Irish because you supported him.
That's a good question. Go on, then. Give us a reason why. We've got most of our drivers out at the moment. We've got only Ari. Ari's probably hiding in the pits.
No, he's arguing at the moment with Izzy in the chat.
And Ryan is still in the pits.
There we go. So they've got 10 minutes. They've got enough time. Irish drivers. Okay, so she likes Irish drivers and Ari and Thierry. But I can.
Okay.
But why Ari? Why Ari and Thierry? We've got to ask. Thierry, and we know TP is a good driver, but why Ari of all people?
Alright, so Death Dragon is leading the way on the competitive laps. Let's see how he does.
He's in. Go on.
I'm a little bit gutted that McLaren haven't got the Coca-Cola sponsorship next season.
Oh, that'd have been nice. Again, it would have been too much red though. They would have had to do a different kind of Coke. It would have been like Coke Zero possibly, or Diet Coke. Would be quite a nice silver car. It would have been quite nice.
Well, back to the way it used to be back in the noughties.
With Vodafone, wasn't it? Vodafone.
Yeah, but see, like they got Coca-Cola on the side of the nose there, and they haven't got that on the new car. They have Coca-Cola's contract with the sponsorship has dropped out on it. I don't know why. Because they're an up and coming car now, aren't they? They're getting back in there.
Maybe they're too expensive now. Maybe.
Cons YouTube asking what platform is Hobo streaming on. He is streaming on YouTube. If you go on through the LFR Discord, you'll find the link on there. And I'm sure we can post the link on it as well.
DxT TV Live. That's what I'm on at the moment.
There we go.
What I would love to see.
I've got a few comments in. It's like,
go on. I'll let you go your comments first.
No. I was just going through. There's got a few comments. That's all.
Oh, so I waited to see a Google car. A car sponsored by Google. That'd have been quite cool.
Oh no! You're gonna have white with Google, and they probably use the O's as the steering as the wheels.
That's the wheels.
So
Can you imagine?
as the wheels, as a G, then a Google, and then GLE at the back wing. No,
No, I was more thinking of like like an all white car, and then what the colours of the Google. Let me just get the Google the Google homepage up. So then have like a blue stripe, a red stripe, a yellow stripe, blue stripe, green stripe, red stripe down the middle. That's it. But I also would say I do want to see, because I'm looking at different F1s. I'm trying to find car launches and stuff, brand new cars. Some of the fan designs liveries are so amazing. I begs the question: why don't they do some sort of competition where some of these people who are very talented at what they do get to design an F1 car? It'd be amazing.
Well, didn't you see what happened in the noughties then?
No, what happened in the noughties?
Well, you had basically in the noughties, right? There was a competition for Williams when Williams were going over to they were just before they went over to the Martini look. They actually held a competition for designing the cars, and the entrants that went in there were quite bad. And all of these artists, I'd say, critics were basically slandering every effort they put into it. So it was like a great publicity idea. It just didn't pull off very well.
But there's people like Izzy has mentioned the same person I was about to say, a guy called Sean Ball who designs stuff on Instagram. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but I highly recommend check his Instagram out. Sean Ball, Bull. Some of his designs, his concept designs for F1 or for Le Mans or whatever cars he designs, are absolutely amazing. And he'll just take a concept of a car and it looks incredible. So if you do have a minute, guys, Instagram, his name is Sean Ball, SEAN BULL, and you won't be disappointed. It's amazing what he comes out with. It's really good.
But then you've got to also think is like these designs have got to look good going at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, that is very true.
So if you're going to stick there and put like a very nice looking design, which you can do, it's like some of these cars like I played in games such as Need for Speed Heat. You see some fantastic looking cars when they're standing still.
Yeah.
But once they start going, you're like, what was that green blur? And that's all you're seeing. Whereas if you actually look at because they're using lines rather than blocks, the lines look quite well when the vehicles are moving fast. Obviously, from the game point of view, the camera is stuck to the cars. But if you've got a positional camera watching the cars fly past, all you're going to see is a blur of colour, and you can't see the design clearly. So that's why long lines going along works off best.
Yeah, it's very true. But yeah, I would like to see a bit more effort from some of the designs. Would be nice.
Well, we've got to the halfway point of Q3, and Death Dragon is holding off at P1. He's actually on a 130.4. T-Paxter 130.7, so a little bit off from Death Dragon. Non-Human 130.8. Freedom 131.9.
I think what's been different.
131.4. Sorry.
Obviously, this session is a lot cloudier than Q2, so that could have played an impact on the overall track temperature.
It does indeed. But then it also means that drivers that are quick anyway should actually be able to make them more advantage over other drivers. Because when the track is at the ideal temperature, the cars are a lot closer together.
Yeah, and obviously when the track is cold, it probably will be cooler now. This is up to the driver to find the hot spots, basically.
It really is, and you'll find the hot spots are exactly at the braking points. The heavy braking points is where the most grip is, the most heat, because it's seen the most friction. Yes. So we've got three drivers out at the moment: T-Paxter, Non-Human, and Brooksy.
I'm currently on board with Non-Human. He'll be the first one to probably cross the line on his outlap. So also Van Dorm and Matty have both come out as well, so they're setting their first times now as we enter the 3.5 minute mark. Taylor not going out yet, so hopefully he'll come out very soon because he's known for validation this track. So we'll need to have a bit more time just in case of a mistake.
Yeah, of course.
So guys, so if you have got any questions, obviously for Gaz or about the track itself, so do let us know. I think Gaz probably has the answers to everything.
I'll try to.
Gaz is very, very book smart on the on F1 and the tracks. As we see Non-Human come round to start his second run, I suppose.
Yeah, second flight attempt.
Means Freedom's come out, I believe there. Oh, that could be Ari coming out of the pits.
It'll be Ari because Freedom's already out on his outlap.
Oh, yeah, Ari then. Ari's come out now.
And Taylor's actually decided to come out as well.
I know we say this quite a lot as well. I also would love to see a bit more design input in the next F1 game from our point of view, anyway.
Well, this is where if you actually watch Joe Avara and Marduk, they're all recruited by Codemasters as concept and input content advisors. So anything that you want to see from a game, if you comment it on their things and they put it on a post on one of their videos, it actually then does end up getting suggested to Codemasters.
The thing is, obviously, we use the game probably more than most at being commentators. One thing, from our point of view, I'd love to see is just the ability to move the graphics around, because obviously you can do that in the race. We know that if you're racing, you can move the HUDs and stuff to left and right and all over the place. But as a commentator, a spectator, you can't move the sectors warning or the grids or the track map. And I think sometimes the track map is kind of positioned in the wrong place, needs to be a bit lower. But also the grid is the most annoying one, because when you've got a full 20 grid, it covers half the screen. So I'd rather have it in the far corner, miles away, so that I can still see the race, which would help.
I completely agree with that. But what I tend to do is I'll hide the UI every now and then. So if I've seen a big action and I know the two drivers, I'll drop the UI away and then just let Joe discuss about that. Then I have to bring it back in when if I need to have a little look at anything. I've just got a message from Izzy saying, "Got any fun facts for Circuit of Americas?" Well,
Circuit of Americas, I know that much.
It's in America. It was designed. When I say designed, I'll put designs in a quotation marks because it was never really designed. It was just thrown together. Back in in October 2010, with work starting in December of the same year. It actually opened up with the first race on 21st of October 2012. And that tower that you see that's just behind the pit straight was actually designed by Miro Riviera, who actually designs a lot of buildings around the F1 circuits. It is one of the tallest observation towers in motorsport. And to me, it looks like it's a start of a roller coaster ride, if you get me, just something like Oblivion.
It looks like a GTA ramp.
Well, that's it's meant to kind of like simulate the start climb. So it's meant to be like a way it's quite low and it gets really high quite quick.
Okay.
It just looks like something for me. For me, it just looks like a beginning of a ride.
Taylor says also, goes third, 1:30.7. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, nice time. We all rounded off now to these fast times. I'll throw some more facts and we'll get into the race. But Tay Paxton with 1:29.9 breaks the 1:30 barrier.
Unreal. I knew that was coming. Let's have a look. Obviously, I'm assuming everyone's going to be on soft tyres. I'm not looking at what tyres they're on.
Yeah, they should all be on soft tyres.
DxT Matty, 1 corner to go. Let's see what he can do. I've not got any of the telemetry up, so wait and see. 1:30.7, which knocks off Taylor from his third spot. Good time from him. As we see a couple of guys DNFing, retiring now, I should say. On board with Flea, as he's got one more corner. I think Brooks is just ahead of him, but he's invalidated it. But Flea will cross the line next to set his final lap. 1:31 dead, so he goes up one place into 7th place.
Oh, I thought Death Dragon might have done that. He just went a bit slow for the last two corners, but he got 1:30.2. Just increases that time difference. Oh, sorry, decreases the time difference between Tay Paxton, but just not enough to take pole.
Yeah,
and that's good. The round off for our Q3. So Tay Paxton in pole, Death Dragon in third.
Yeah.
Sorry, second. Sorry, it's absolutely fantastic. That good effort from all our drivers. Tay Paxton, though, what a time!
Yeah, very good time. The 129's got to be a shout out to him. So there you go. So
Yes.
Tay is your pole sitter. Second, we have Death Dragon. Third, DxT Matty. Fourth, we have Taylor. Fifth, non-human. Behind his brother, Freedom. So point two, a non-human there in the brother count. Flea comes in at seventh. Brooksy in third. Ryan Van Doom in ninth. And Ari slots in at 10th. So good times from everyone involved here.
Oh, I wonder
Quickly,
what happened to Harry. Did the
yeah,
curse work?
I must have done. Not as fast as we saw him, but he seems happy with 10th. It's better than nothing. Or obviously, he couldn't have got much worse. Unless he got a 5-place grid penalty. As Izzy has said some suggestions. Someone needs to mention the time trial glitches because it's infuriating. And mate, there's so many glitches on this game. They're all infuriating. And to remove the crowd sound, the crowd noise and applause. I don't particularly mind the crowd noise and applause. Obviously, we are in COVID, so ideally they should take it off. But no, it's nice to hear some sort of crowd in a game, I think. And you do hear them when you are racing, I suppose. The crowd going round as you're going round.
One thing I don't like is if you actually look, if you look at the people sitting there above the DHL signs, they're all leaning forward all at the same time.
Yeah, they're all. You can see the copy and paste, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got the guy that looks like
Zinedine.
Zinedine. He looks like Zinedine Zidane from FIFA '99. There, just keeps putting his fist up in the air.
Yeah,
It's just like
it's like they're on a boat.
ridiculous.
They're all rocking back and forth.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of things they could do with this game, but obviously I'm assuming that money comes into it as well, so it must be difficult.
The one thing that I hate as a commentator, when you watch someone coming into the pits and they have a tyre change or wing change, they take the wing off, but the wing's still there.
Yes, that is the most basic thing that they do. And the tyres as well. The tyres,
Yeah, it's just
exactly
like the wing, the tyres, they take it off, they're still there.
That is poor. That is poor from them.
But watch it carefully next time. Watch the tyres itself. It changes. Like, so when they take the tyre, I say they take the soft off, it'll be red. As soon as you grab hold of a hard tyre, it changes to white.
Yeah.
And it split second changes. It doesn't change as the tyre goes on, which I'll kick out. Right, fair enough, they've done that. But it's because they can't be bothered showing what's underneath.
It's because you see it when you're obviously driver's point of view. That's the main thing. They don't really cater for spectators. Yes, they allow us to spectate, which is nice, but they don't really think of our point of view. Like some of the camera angles they give us when you're watching a battle. Like, why do I want to see behind when I'm watching a side-by-side battle? Like, come on.
Yeah. But they do that helicopter view is only on there for like 3 seconds and then it's gone. And you're like, oh.
It's like Christmas. You're like, oh my god, I got a good view. I love it. And it's no, it's gone.
See, what I do is I'll sit there and when I find a nice camera angle, jobs are coming into one of the corners. I'll sit there, like say on Tay Paxton now, it'll come around a certain corner and we're sitting on the outside. I'll flick through the cars one by one and try and time it perfectly between the cars.
Yeah.
So that I can get them all nicely coming through the same corner. Which is quite hard to do on a formation lap when everybody's like different paces, but it's quite nice. So like lap one, when they all get into their line and you just sit there and you go flick through the corner. Go one by one, just seeing them follow each other like a train.
I would love to have the option of just having to open this potato menu. When you go down to see if you're watching it on my screen to a camera type, you got broadcast and TV pod. That's all we got. If it was broadcast, helicopter, and TV, I would be on helicopter view the whole time because it's the best view. It is 100% the best view.
It wouldn't even take much to put in a corner camera. Just like if you go to corner and then you go corner, and then corner 1, 2 feet.
Do you remember what is it? It used to be, I think it was either Silverstone they had it the first time, I think I remember, but it was a sweeping one. So it followed it, I think they use it at Abu Dhabi quite a lot on the hairpin, but it follows the whole car around the whole corner and it goes off again.
10-4 in Bahrain has it.
Yeah,
and the actual camera itself hangs over the apex.
Yeah, it's a brilliant camera angle and it's not really used in this game. So Izzy says she races without sound, but the applause really annoys her. How can you race without sound? I would love to race with the old F1 sound, the screaming cars, the V8 cars, or V12 I should say. The scream I miss from F1. I miss the scream.
See, if you actually go onto the 91 McLaren, that's a V12. It doesn't scream on the game, they toned it down.
Oh,
So here we go, as all the cars are lined up ready. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're out, and away we go.
Sorry, I just saw a message from El Stefano. I had one corner to get my tyres warmed up. That should do. But there you go. All the cars going into one now as they go round.
Oh,
a lot of contact.
The Williams slid. The second Williams out there, the second Williams slipped a bit and clipped into the McLaren. I can't see who it is because I've took the grid positions off because I want to see. And everybody's like, it just looks like a scatter graph really, Joe, when they come through those S-bends. Everybody has a different line, how they approach it. Like, Tapaxter's absolutely got the gap already, hasn't he?
Yeah, sort of his teammate that got a bit unstuck there as he went really wide. A lot of movement at the back again with the two Ferraris fighting with the Force India, the racing point. Oh, there we go. Some of the camera angles at the moment have been really, really good. I've got a 5-second penalty already for Wild Gamer for gaining the place.
What he's probably done is cut the corner a bit too much and gained the place and not gave it back. Which are fair enough. It depends on the situation. He might be able to get that rescinded depending on circumstances. But then again, it's quite early on, and I think that might have been a mistake from Wild Gamer.
And also, if he serves it, it'll be a bit different. I think I'll see a lunge at the back, I believe. I'm too sure. But I've still got the HUD off. So we'll have a look now as they come through the final sector. I'll turn the HUD back on. And there you go. So Tay does lead this race still. Second, we have Taylor. Third, Death Dragon. Fourth, Brooksy. As the boards are screwed up. Oh, for God's sake, game. Come on. Wait, we're on lap 3?
No, we're on lap 2. It's Codemasters having a problem.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, so guys, bear with us. Taylor is not in 11th. He's in 2nd, I believe. Oh,
is he? Yeah, he is in 2nd.
He's in 2nd. It's now starting to correct some, I believe, but it's...
No, it's getting worse.
Never mind. See, this is the thing as well. This kind of glitching stuff where the boards screw up. That's the annoying thing as well for us.
Yeah.
Matty is on penalty there.
Have a guess how much the whole circuit costs to
design,
make. Yeah.
Oh, it's American, so.
If you, in comparison, the Chinese Shanghai circuit cost 450 million.
The Americans, they don't do things. They do things quite cheap. I think so, a lot of them, but. Bearing in mind it's an F1 track, they can't really make the like the billboards and stuff, or the buildings that are like plasterboard they do with their normal buildings. I would say you're nearing 100 million. No, what did you say? It's 400 million. Sorry,
450 million for the Shanghai circuit.
I would say you're nearing 700 million. I reckon for this circuit.
Not too far off. $900 million. So twice as much as Shanghai.
I was about to say a billion. I was going to say a billion. But I thought, no, that can't be a billion, surely.
Yeah, they included all the safety gear stuff that we've got put in there because Herman Tilk actually said that the ground itself wasn't suitable to build a track on, so they had to redo the ground.
And all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so Con actually commented as well, saying, was it 800 mil? 800. They're not far off, Con.
He was very close there, Con.
Very, very close.
Yeah, 900 million officially is what they said. That includes all the outbuildings as well. So like you'll have like different numbers from different places because the circuit itself costs a lot less than what the buildings do.
Yeah.
Because Austin, Texas, is actually in the middle of what they call tornado country, and can get hit by heavy hurricanes, so the buildings need to last that.
Tornado Valley, isn't it? Is that what it's called, Tornado Valley?
Yeah.
Something along them lines, anyway. Something to do with that. But yeah, they've got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, so it was quite important for them to actually do ramp it up a little bit, show the safety features and all that. Just having a look at the position changes for some of the drivers. So Percy is up 8 already. Up 8 places within 3 laps, so it is someone to be watching out for because he will be hammering through these positions. We've got Vike, who's up 5, so he started in 11th. He was just knocked out of the of Q3.
Oh, you're close to the back. Batty Bot got a bit unstuck there, I think.
Brooksy battling with Taylor up there for 3rd.
Yeah, good overtake
and
there.
I do hate
Cameron was not really helping, I'm guessing.
Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, side by side!
Contact!
Oh,
Contact!
no!
Oh, no way.
How has he still got his rear wheels on the car? That's another thing on this game that they don't implement. You lose your front wheels, you lose your back, your front nose. You never lose your rear wing. You never lose your back wheel. Very rarely you lose your back wheel. It's a bit of a strange one. But there you go. Look, so that would have probably ended a lot of drivers, and yet the car's still going.
So you got drivers like DxT, Matty, Vike, Freedom, Fleet, all able to capitalise on that. Percy now up to 9th after that. So it was quite unfortunate. Taylor has managed to rescue himself enough to actually stay within the battle for the points, but he just got overtaken by 3 cars. 3 cars just went flying past Taylor
all with DRS.
on the Abu Dhabi Straight.
Good. Some good movements.
Absolutely. Do you know, that was actually quite clean for all 3 drivers to get past. And now they're all battling through the Bahrain corners.
Yeah, Civi is still side by side as Non-Human makes a lunge at him. Oh, brilliant overtake there. Oh, and it doesn't. It comes back.
It didn't have to run out of the exit to speed, but it gets a time penalty for cutting that corner a bit too much.
Civi's doing very well to hold on there.
I've kind of like stayed on board of Taylor and to watch this battle because it's quite nice to see it from behind.
We've got an overtake at the front, I believe. I think you're at Flea with side by side with Van Dorn. Van Dorn shoots slightly wide. Will get the better drive out of the exit though, so Van Dorn goes up into 6th place.
But Flea's got his teammate behind but Percy, who's now in 8th. What a battle Percy's had.
Oh, gone very wide there though.
Loses a bit but catches it, so that was actually quite a good save really from.
But Ari's having a look now, see if he can make a move on the Red Bull after that mistake. But Percy, like you said, has recovered fairly well from that.
So Freedom's now all over the back of DxT Matty, as Vike is now taken 3rd. DxT Matty it seems like he's losing a bit of power there really, because he's quite he lost a position to Vike quite easily because Vike was over a second behind him a lap ago.
Yeah, now he's dropped to Freedoms as well as he goes into 5th place. No damage on the car.
It would have been the DRS that got him. It's just maybe he just had a few poor exits.
Now Flea's released his teammate Percy as well, so Percy's now gone. Put on the tyre so we can see what tyres everyone's on. There you go. So Death Dragon, so considering he's on those medium tyres, 2nd place, doing fairly well.
Absolutely fantastic. But Tay Paxton, what a gap he's made. He's made 1.2 seconds per lap.
Yeah, it's unreal from him. He's doing so good at the moment. Just jumped on board quickly with the possible train behind behind Non-Human with Wild Gamer and El Stefano. And they're going down the home straight now.
And now Ryan Van Doom is actually having to start thinking about putting his car in defensive positions now with the 2 Red Bulls hounding him from behind.
Yeah, definitely. But especially when you've got 2 teammates behind you, then you know they're not going to be battling each other too much. They're going to be fighting you constantly.
Absolutely not.
Jump quickly on board with this battle with you're on with Percy. See if Flea's got a good angle. A bit too far away at the moment. Flea needs to get back within that DRS, otherwise these 2 are going to leave him behind. And as you can see, he hasn't really dropped out of the DRS.
See, I had a look. I've seen the pit strategy before. It does say 2-stop race, so it's soft, mediums, or medium, soft. I can't see a 1-stop at all unless you go onto the hards. And mediums are hard.
The hards are not very good around here, are they?
Not at all.
They're like a worst case scenario if you're on the hard tyres.
Yeah, it's like if you get a bit of wing damage at the beginning and you go, I'm gonna have to like do a long stint, so you stick a set of hards on and hope for a late safety car to put yourself back onto softs again. But it's difficult to find a circuit that to work the hards work well. But
yeah, it is
interestingly enough, it's Monza is actually quite forgiving on the hards.
Because when the hards work well, they can be an elite strategy, and they work amazing. But rest of the time, they're kind of ones to avoid, really, the hard tires.
So, yeah, with the hard tires, you got to balance it. It's like if super fast circuits like Monza, the hards can work well on there because you don't have to worry about the tire conservation really, and circuits like Monaco where you can afford to hit very early, stick on some hards and then just go to the end.
Purely because overtaking is so poor at Monaco.
Of course, yeah. So you just stick a set of hard tires on, hope for a safety car, take the lead and just hold it. Do like what Senna did to Mansell.
Yeah, exactly.
Just park it in the middle of the circuit.
There is one track I think needs. It's an iconic track. I'm not going to argue with anyone, but it needs to go. It's too
Monaco?
unsafe. Yeah, I can't. It's not a track these cars are built for.
No, not at all. I completely agree with you on that. Then, on the same hand, I do love history in a circuit.
Yeah.
I do love nostalgia. You can't have an F1 season without Silverstone. You can't have it without Monza. So once you lose those two races, you've lost the whole season in my eyes. Unless you're going to stick it with a replacement circuit, but I can't find anything in the UK that will replace Silverstone.
No,
you might have Mugello and Imola, but they're not Monza. Monza's the home of speed.
But the thing is, with Monza and tracks like Britain or Silverstone, like although they're not built for nothing, they're built in a different time. They can still support these cars. A track like Monaco was built for 50s cars, and it was out of date by the 60s, 70s. It was already out of date by then, but yet they still use it for 50 years later.
I get what you're saying. It's just, but even back in the 50s, it was never safe.
No way.
If they had safety regulations back in they never had real safety regulations till mid 70s when it was drivers like Jackie Stewart, Niki Lauda, James Hunt, those kind of drivers, the top end drivers that all were involved in some heavy incidents, were campaigning for safety regulations to be put in place. But like if they never done all that work, we wouldn't have safe tracks that we got this year, like we got now. Yeah. And now we've got Vike who's making a move onto Death Dragon.
Percy's
so Vike's
also got past Matty as well. Percy up into 5th place. Storming
These soft tyres are starting to wear out, so Vike better make this move happen quickly and make a bit of a gap to save himself from getting caught up from the medium tyres from behind, really.
Obviously, Flea, Taylor, Non-Human have all pitted for their first stint. They've gone into mediums and the hards for Non-Human.
Wild Gamer he gets a penalty, but he's all over the back of Kingsholm right now. Kingsholm sitting in 10th, doing quite well with the medium tyres.
Matty's come in.
I'm going to throw it out there. I think Kingsholm's going to be someone who might, by the end of the race, could be battling up at the top 5 positions.
Yeah, he's definitely got the pace. Definitely got the pace.
We see it quite a lot where he just kind of crawls up through the grid quite steadily, and he's got his defensive skills are quite something else. And Wild Gamer does push him a little bit there.
Bit of contact again from them two as they go into the tight S's, but
Wild Gamer
damage there.
Needs
I
to
think damage.
Back out. Yeah, Wild Gamer should have backed out down on that there.
Yeah, he's lost his end plate there.
Yeah, he did hit the back of he hit the side of Kingsholm going into one of the corners. It's quite hard to keep the car in the line that you need to keep it in those corners because it's like left right's dead quick, so you can easily slide from side to side. But he needs to brake a little bit harder when coming into turn 7 there.
Vike has also come in 2nd place, overtaken Death Dragon. So quickly read out a couple of messages. Izzy said Silverstone's a favourite track, but obviously that's a biased opinion. A specific driver is who can't be named is doing well, but as you spoke too soon, I believe she's on about this fellow down here, Ari, who just pitted for his soft tyres. As Tay's now come in, they're saying hards for him to the end of the race. We'll wait and see what he goes on to. He's got the pace to make hards work, I think.
It's not just about the pace. Yeah, he's going onto the set of hards, but like, if we don't have any safety cars, then he'd be quite comfortable. because he's all within reach of all the drivers ahead of him, because Ryan Van Doom and Vike will be coming in a lap or two themselves. I can't see anybody stretching a soft to mediums at all.
No, it's got to be another stop. You got to have another stop in the middle of them.
Flea just got the fastest time of 1:35.1.
Wow, very quick time from Flea on the medium tyres.
Yeah, so it's still quite early on, so he's going to have quite a large amount of fuel in that vehicle as well, so doing quite well.
Also, Freedom's also going on to the hard tyres as well, along with Wild Gamer has put on the hards. So they're not listening to the stream, not listening to us. We know best, lads. But you wanna try something else? Go for it.
Yeah. Usually,
Death Dragon.
You stick on the hard tyres and suffer.
Yeah. Death Dragon and Vike are going side by side, and Death Dragon does make the move into the first place. Obviously, those soft tyres are going to start feeling the wear now, so it's not best to fight. Just still stick with him. You've got a pit, so always going to happen. I think that overtake.
Yeah. Well, go back to the conversation about tracks. Have you heard the plans of Monaco in the next 10 years?
No.
Well, so Monaco is actually putting in basically global plans to start extending the land into the sea, because they do own a large portion of the sea.
Oh wow!
Into the Mediterranean, and if you compare the 50s layout to what it is now, you can see that they have actually been building right up until the water's edge. So they're planning to basically push into the marina, which means that corners like the pool section could be widened. You will have maybe an alternate route. So Monaco may still last, and may still start and finish at that same start. May still go through the casino parts, but we could be seeing a different Sector 2-3.
Could evolve, which I think what it needs to do. Does need to evolve as Tay goes into 4th place quickly. Say I mentioned that. What I would love to see, like I said, if you picked up Monaco, right, the tracking layout, you dump it in a field somewhere, like with open space. And then, like you got with your iPhone or your tablets, and you just stretch it to make it a bit bigger. If you just did that, the track could improve instantly from that. So it's not as the track layout itself isn't so much the issue. The idea of it is very good. The corners are very, very good, but it just needs to be that bit wider, just so we can see a bit more action there. That's all it needs to have. So if they can do that and extend it into the sea and do all this kind of stuff to it, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That's all it would need.
But then, if you think about that, then what do you think about Hungary?
Hungary, again, I'm not a big fan of Hungary, but it's mostly just down to the flow. The flow is just awful. It's a single file down around the flow.
So we've got Matty, Bot, Kingsholm, and Freedom. They're all going through wide there into turn 17.
Interestingly, Death Dragon's pitted from 10-lap-old mediums.
And he's gone into the soft tyres. Has he gone into Death Dragon's
tyres?
Yeah. Soft tyres.
Vike's mirrored him and done the opposite. He's gone onto the mediums straight away from his soft tyres. So he's stretched them softs quite a long time.
Now, Vike and I'll go with Kingsholm as well on top of that, have got a very good ability to stretch tyres a bit longer than what you would expect. And these two are pretty much side by side right now.
Yeah, it's the mention the sea battling.
Yeah, it'd be quite interesting. Obviously, Kingsholm on the older medium tyres will be suffering to Vike, but he is staying behind him.
So Lexi just messaged saying, Ari, you can do it. And also, Izzy said France needs some work.
France, I'll tell you what, mate, I'm going to leave my comments for France. Ooh. There's so much I could talk about France, and I'll be honest, Izzy, I'll sit there and I'll baffle you with how much information I can give you about France. But it's not worth doing it on this circuit because it can take too long. France, to me, is the worst circuit ever in the FIA calendar.
More to be continuing, so you have to come back and watch us do France before we get into why.
Yeah,
let's leave it on a cliffhanger.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Flea, he's got a bit slow there. Has he got a puncher?
I don't think so, but he's on 3-lap old. So I think it's got a bit out of shape, maybe a bit early on the acceleration.
He hasn't got any damage, so that's good.
The camera angle I was just on to watch Flea, it showed Matty Bot's car. Oh, Hang on, is there damage to his car? He
I
is
can't see any
pitting.
damage on Flea.
I'm not sure what he's got. Why he's pitting. Let's wait and see what he does. Oh, wing. He had wing damage. There was no end plate missing.
No visual damage from our eyes, but if he's got damage,
He'd feel it.
yeah, he definitely would feel it, especially on the circuit. Going through 10, 17 and 18, you'd feel if you've got no downforce, then you're going off.
Yeah, 100%.
Are we now closing in on tier?
Let's have a look at this battle here. So Ari's doing very well at the moment, up into 9th place, possibly into 8th. As Tier locks up massively into that corner, which gives Ari the space he needs and DRS to help him out there. So double bonus there for Ari, up into 8th place.
That's a nice move by Ari going into the inside of that corner.
That was very nice. He's doing very well.
I did call it out though. I did say that was a corner to watch for those kind of moves. Drivers like Ari can actually, I've got the ability to do that. But we got to that point of the race, what I call the halfway mark, where you have to see a lot less battling and more about the pace. As we got a bit of battle between Ryan and Tier, because Ryan has actually made the most of Tier's mistakes and is now up into 9th.
Yeah, I think Tier must be feeling the strain of those tyres now. They're 12 lap old. I would imagine he comes in relatively soon to put on a new set of tyres. But he's staying out. Yeah. He's sticking with them for the time being.
He's probably going to push on because I think he started on softs and pitted early with a bit of damage, so he's going to have to push these a bit longer for him to give a good stint on his next tyre.
There are no safety cars yet, so at the moment he's got nothing really to help him along there.
Not at all.
We've got
DxT Matty. Yeah, DxT Matty looks like he's closing in on Kingsholm. Like Kingsholm on the 13 lap old medium tyres.
Good old DxT battle.
Yeah, if he's thinking about doing a one-stop, which Kingsholm would, he would think about that. He needs to be pushing these for another 5 laps, really, to give those soft tyres the chance to actually go to the end.
We'll jump quickly. And Civi's been overtaken by Death Dragon.
Now, Tay Paxter is actually within visual distance of Percy now, so that gap is going to start tumbling. And I think Percy might be thinking the same kind of a strategy as Kingsholm, just pushing those medium tyres right as far as they can go.
Yeah, so I've seen Kingsholm especially stretch a 2-stop to a 1-stop, which I didn't think would happen. He did it around Bahrain, which he'd done a soft medium. That was unreal.
That was. It was it last race as well? He
last race,
Hungary last race.
Hungary stretched him as well.
He stretched him 19 laps on those medium tyres when they should have only done 15.
So speaking of stuff, you asked me about Hungary. So yeah, Hungary, I don't like the track just because again, it's when you get stuck in that flow, you can't overtake. You get single file. F1 cars need to have the room to overtake. But at least with Hungary, they've got the room to make improvements, to make these changes. Whereas Monaco, obviously, they're kind of limited to what they can do, unless they, like they said, they build into the sea, like they are doing.
Yeah, well, the reason why I've asked about that Hungary is because Hungary was actually designed with the idea of being the Monaco of the Eastern Bloc.
For God's sake! Well, there you go then. that's all that's wrong with the track. It's based on Monaco.
At least you're consistent on what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, exactly. Can't really fault me on that. But there we go. I would like to see some. I'd like to see some different variations in track as well. Like I like as well how Japan, you're going under and over as well. Like you can loop in a figure of 8.
The only figure 8 in the calendar.
As you see, Tay has finally got past Percy and retakes the lead.
Yeah, so Tay will stop opening up that gap. He'll need to open up a bit of a gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, if we actually look down and see so we've got, let's say, Kingsholm, Percy, both of them at the moment have not got any penalties so far. I say that so far because Percy's almost catching back up with
I thought
Paxton even on those tyres. Yeah. But they've got no penalties at the moment, so penalties will benefit them at the end.
Just watching Percy going literally right up the back of Tay through the S section there. doing very well to hold on to him, but he is starting now to lose grip, which is unsurprising, as Tyr has pitted now finally on 15 lap old mediums. So I would assume he put another set of mediums to go to the end. No, softs to the end. 10 laps on the softs. Well, 12 laps on the softs.
12 laps on the softs, that is brave.
Yeah, that's 10 laps I'd stretch. 12 is a bit of an ask.
I'd say 8 laps is what you're looking at on the soft tyres in these conditions.
Yeah, 100%. I think 10 laps, if you can actually manage your tyres, it's probably a bit too much to ask for some drivers. 8 is your window. 8 is your goal. An unpopular opinion from Izzy, but I think they need to add more variety to the F1 calendar. It was nice seeing last year with the new/old tracks because no one knew that was going to happen. What was going to happen? Yes and no. I kind of agree on that and disagree on that. As we see, Percy as is coming in now to pit. I liked the idea of bringing new tracks in. The ones they chose, some of them I was like, what was the MotoGP circuit? You'll probably know Gaz more than anyone.
Which one? You got Imola, Portimao.
Portimao, I think it was. When we had to have 3 red flags or 2 red flags because there was no way of collecting the cars. What?
It wasn't Portimao. It was the Tuscany.
Yes.
GP.
So yes, that Tuscany GP is brilliant for motorcycle racing because of what it's built for. But for F1, no, that should have been used. And like Izzy just said, they could have brought back Malaysia. Malaysia would have been amazing to have. I miss Malaysia so much.
No.
Malaysia's amazing.
Right, you say Malaysia's amazing, right? Okay, but that's another hem and silk circuit.
I know.
We're getting too much of the same. It's too much of the same.
It is very much similar to what he's done before.
I'd agree if you go like, get rid of Yas Marina and replace it with Malaysia. Boom, down. I'll be all over that.
So Yas Marina is it's turned iconic for me because it's the last race of the season. I think it's gonna do that for most people. And it's a night. I think it was one of the first night circuits other than Bahrain. I think.
And Singapore.
In Singapore. So
I think Singapore was
Singapore was the original night circuit. So I do like the fact that it's a night circuit. You need more night circuits, I think. I just think there needs to be more variety in tracks. As we see a lot of overtakes now as Brooksy gets into 8th and Kingsholm is battling it out, trying to hold on and does get 10th place. He's chasing down by Mattibot. Mattibot did get him, but he had to defend again from Freedoms there. So well done defending. He defended 1 place, but couldn't defend against Mattibot.
Mattibot's doing absolutely fantastic on these medium tyres. I can't see him going to the end on those tyres. Kingsholm on these soft tyres. He's got 11 laps to do on these soft tyres, so Kingsholm's got the ability to do that.
Yes, he has. We'll have to wait and see what he can do.
Well, I'm going to be saying like going to be expected probably DxT, Matty, Brooksy, Taylor all to pit still. Death Dragon pitting again. So
Kingsholm having a look down inside turn 1 on Matty. Matty got a bit out of shape coming out of the last corner, and he does overtake him. Good overtake there. Good opportunistic overtake from Kingsholm.
So my predicted top 3 right now will be Tapexter, then Percy, then Vike. In current situations, not including penalties. I'm taking penalties out of it right now.
Oh, okay, so they're not going to be penalties. The gap between Death Dragon and Vike is quite large at the moment. Obviously, he's got to take those tyres a hell of a long way.
Those tyres are not going to last. They're not going to last at all.
I'm going to have to throw in... do you know what? I think I've got to agree with you on that one. Because DxT Matty would be my outside choice, but on 8 lap old mediums already, he will need to probably pit again for soft tyres, I think.
And then Civi and Kingston battling for 4th and 5th.
Yeah, they're doing very well at the moment. At the moment, so Kingsholm is sitting in 10th. He's stuck behind Taylor for the time being as he does try to make an overtake here. Will he try to go for the undercuts? He's looking for it, and he gets a fantastic drive, but I don't think he's got it yet, as they're going to go side by side. It's very difficult. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen.
Oh.
I knew it was going to happen. It's not a track to go side by side around there.
Well, see, it's 10, 17 and 18. It's a fast corner. You kind of need to be on the outside to carry the most speed through that corner. what I think has happened there is that Kingsholm holding his line on the outside, and a little bit of G-force has kind of pushed Taylor into Kingsholm. Racing instant in my eyes, straight up. There's nothing any driver can do, and we've got a virtual safety car, so this just all it does is save tyres, doesn't do anything else really.
And it saves Taylor as well, because these guys can't get away while he's pitting. I think he's had to get wing damage there. He's going around with soft tyres. Quickly read out some more messages. Con says they need to add Tuscany, but make it more accessible, as it's a brilliant track.
I do agree with it. I like the old school Joe with the ones with the gravel traps. So if you get stuck in that, that's it, game over.
Yeah.
I like that. This is why I don't like it. This is part of the reason why I don't like France, but we'll go into that again another time. But it is one of those tracks. The problem with the Tuscany is because the drivers don't know how to handle it. When they actually watch the recent video footage, which drivers will watch recent footage of red race tracks to see where the lines are before they even jump in a simulator. They're looking at it from GT cars, from MotoGP circuits racing. So they're not looking at it from a point of view of an F1 car, because an F1 car's line is different from your GT cars. So the mistakes they made was from that, and mid-pack racers decided to give a bit of gap under a safety car, speed up to catch up, and then having to slam on, which caused a big collision. After the safety car reset. Nothing to do with the front drivers, it's all the mid-pack drivers misjudging their distances.
Yeah, that was poor. That was extremely poor. You can't have that in F1. So that kind of thing, like as you said, the fact they don't know the track makes it more exciting, yes, but on the other hand, it also makes it that much more dangerous. Which is what the big shame is, really. I would love to see a random circuit every year added in last minute, but for the driver's point of view, it's extremely dangerous for them. They don't know the circuit. Anything could happen.
Yeah, so we've got the virtual safety cars come back in. I've seen a message from Taylor saying that the pit didn't even change his wing for him. Nope, they didn't. He pitted before and they didn't even change his wing. So he must have put the order when he put the order in on his MFD to change the wing. It might have been a bit too late for them to for it to be set.
Yeah, you'll be very careful, because obviously with the drivers you've got to flick, make sure that if you definitely want your wing changed, you've got to change it from auto to yes, because sometimes it doesn't register the wing needs to be changed.
And also you've got to listen out for the confirmation as well, because it will tell us, so we'll make those changes for you over the radio, which is why Izzy should actually listen to the sound.
Exactly, definitely listen to the sound. And so Percy has overtaken Vike. As we see a lapped now Taylor getting lapped there. Very careful not to get in the way of the leaders. There you go. So I think our predictions coming true with Tay, Percy and Vike sitting where they're sitting right now. The question is, can Percy catch Tay with 12 seconds he's got with only 8 laps remaining?
That there is possible, but then I've also got the whole fact that you could where they hold it. Taylor's actually come back out with a broken wing still.
Not again.
The game. He's got no wings still. So has his team ran out of wings?
That can't be a thing. That means we won't know.
There is a thing where the teams do not have a limited amount of wings, especially in career mode. I don't know about online. I can't really comment on that. But my question now: we've got 8 laps to go. And Death Dragon has got 7.4 seconds to catch up with Vike.
That's unreal.
That could be a battle there right at the end. The Vike, Death Dragon on Vike. Are you having a little look into Taylor's?
I'm looking at that because obviously I did catch him coming out of the pits, so I've got to take my thing off charge a minute because it's not working very well. I'm just having a look. I'm just see if I catch it because it'd be interesting to see.
I was on board with Death Dragon as Death Dragon overtook him and just seen that he damaged the wing.
He come out with no wing. Very strange.
Quite bizarre.
Again, another glitch probably in the game. He's furious.
Izzy's like, you're wrong if you don't like Malaysia. The only thing I don't like about Malaysia is the fact that it's the same kind of circuit as what we've got with Bahrain, with Circuit of Americas. It is all the same kind of turns. So if you're going to put Malaysia in, you've got to take a Hermantoke circuit out. So take out Yas Marina, the most boring one out of all of them, and put in Malaysia. Fine.
They've still not changed his wing. They've not changed his wing again. I think
McLaren's budget is out of the
but
window.
There was a wing sitting there. There was a wing there for him.
It's a game. They probably have the wing sitting there. They've probably got the DJ Death Dragon's number on it. You're not allowed to put another car's wing on.
Well, look what happened with the Mercedes boys last year. They put the wrong tyres on the car.
Dirty rumor was that they'd done that on purpose, so they can't. So people can't really see how good George Russell was. I call it a dirty rumor because there's no facts or proof behind it, but we all know there was a game afoot there.
There's a lot of dirty stuff that happens at Mercedes. Look what happened. I still think, right, I listen to probably another unpopular opinion, but I just think it's strange that Rosberg wins the championship the way he did, and then the very next year retires. I am telling you, there was something going on in that garage where they knew, right, look, do you know what? We're going to give you the win, and we're going to do this, but to make sure nothing can be researched about it later on, you've got to retire from F1 with one win. And I honestly think that's the case.
Well, see I've actually I did a little bit of research into that because it was like he wins the World Championship, and then a couple of days later he announces that he's going to retire. So like it was basically he wins. Yeah. So like I just quickly put in. Is it just it's a conspiracy, but they did that to George on purpose. Yeah. Yeah, so basically with the whole Rosberg, he argued with the heads of Mercedes, saying that they favoured Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton got the best strategy all the time, best team. So what they did, they swapped the engineers and teams over. So Rosberg had Lewis Hamilton's team, and Lewis Hamilton had Rosberg's team. And Rosberg won. He won the majority of the poles, he won the majority of the races, he won the championship at the end, and then he left because he proved the points. He'd done it. He was half the race of what his dad was, but twice the Mona. Oh
yeah, yeah, definitely. So Con just come in so quickly. He wants to add Hockenheim back into the season, which is another good track. As he said, the Williams have run out of wings. They've done a Williams and run out of wings, and then Con come back with he didn't want to endanger his life anymore, as he's just had a kid.
Oh! I've just seen someone losing a lot of wing. I think it's Vike. I think he might have connected with someone, but Vike has lost a bit of wing there.
Yeah, he has lost a lot of end plate there.
And Taylor is gone off. There's no connection on Taylor.
Yeah, I think Taylor's quit. I think he should have retired rather than quit, because now look what his car's doing. It's causing issues. So yeah, so see the kid thing. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, he had a kid. No, there was so many failures in Hamilton's car that year. It just didn't seem right to me. I don't think it'll ever seem right. I don't think it'll ever be a point where I go, do you know what? It was a fair season. I couldn't stand that Rosberg. I've never liked him.
Yeah, Izzy confirmed that with Lewis Hamilton had a lot of reliability issues. That's exactly what it was. He DNF'd quite a lot of the races when it was usually the other way around. Oh, so basically my theory has gone out the window because there's damage to Vike's wing. So I'm gutted. But then again, the Death Dragon does deserve a podium because he's had a fantastic race.
He does, and you can see now Vike is starting to really suffer with that wing damage. I'm assuming he's going to pit now. Yes, he is. He's coming in quite late, but he's decided to pit for that new wing. Let's see if he can get his wing changed. This is now the crucial thing. Is it a game problem, or is it just for Taylor running out of wings? We'll wait and see. He's going to fall far down the grid now. I assume he'll come out behind Kingston.
Oh no, he's got his wing.
He's got the wing. He's definitely got the wing.
And Taylor's car's in the pit.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Change.
And no wing. No wing.
No wing again.
No wing.
There must be some
That
sort of glitch. They
we
can't
need to
run out of wings.
What I'm going to do, dead quick, while we've got like a little bit of time before the next battle, I'm just going to jump it into the racing, into the pit stops. Let's have a look. We're going to look at Taylor. So,
that can't be a thing on this game, surely. I can't believe this. I think that is a thing. So, non-humans also come into the pits for a fresh set of soft tyres. Yellow's in sector 1. I believe that's just the non-human and Scroll coming out together.
Well, just DxT Matty all over the back of it, or all over the side of King's right now. The wheel-to-wheel battling through 10, 11.
Drive, he gets there from 12. The exit. But he won't have the inside because Kingsholm will have it, but then he crucially will have it for the next corner if he can hold it.
And then he's on the outside of the fast corner, so that's the preferred line that you want to have.
There we go. Brilliant move there from Matty. I think Kingsholm did well to realise that he's lost that position. As we see another car going slowly. Matty Bot going slowly. Has he got damage? I think Matty Bot's got damage as well.
We've got 2 laps left to go.
Yeah, Matty Bot's got no
wing. Percy, 3 laps to go. Percy is 3.8 seconds behind Tapaxter and closing. I don't think he's going to catch up with Tapaxter, but he's got him in his eyesight. It's what difference would it have been if Percy actually started where we would expect him to start, right near the front?
It would make massive difference, but crucially, he hasn't got to overtake him. He's just got to get within 1 more second, and he'll have them on penalties.
I didn't even think of the penalties.
Vipes retired in the pits. I don't really blame him, to be honest.
No. We'll have to see what happened with the incident. How come we end up losing all those front wings?
Matty Bot misses the pit entry. I just called that, and he nearly ended his race there, so he got very lucky. Oh god!
They've all come into the pits.
Yeah, they've all pitted.
Tears in the pits.
So Conjure said, "I've had 4 wing changes in a race, so I just think it's a glitch. It must be a glitch."
Well, I had a look at the racing director, and there was no single McLaren wing changes, so I think it's a glitch. And they've got 2 cars stopped.
Yeah, I think they're AI cars. I think.
Yeah, the cars have.
Oh, Taylor's car is DNF'd.
Yeah, and they've stopped on the track, and Tier is all over the grass. Tier took a corner cut because he had to avoid the McLaren.
But how did the McLaren come back? Like, how did the AI retire itself?
Well, I have no idea. I have no idea at all. Unless
it crashed. That's unbelievable. I don't think they crashed. Surely, it must have retired itself. Surely.
I don't think they do retire themselves, but like Taylor might have jumped in and might have put in retire from race, but done it a little bit too late, so he didn't catch it in the pit stop. So just as they were exiting.
Yeah, it could be possible.
Which will lead into the car to actually then drive out. But then Vike did the same thing. Vike's car was there alongside.
So Matty Bot goes up into 16th after he had to pit for a new wing. Oh, the pace the gap's increased between Tay and Percy. 5 seconds now. So them tyres are starting to fall off, I think. Them soft tyres.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Let's jump back to a little battle between Kingsholm and Matty. They're still going at it together. Con's come with a message. Taylor changed his wing lap 3, I think. And he spun with Brooksy.
Oh right, I didn't say that on the racing director. I couldn't see it on that. It might be in there. I just might have read it wrong, but I didn't see any details of that. But we'll have a look at it a moment after the race, because this is the final corners now. The final lap, should I say. So we've got Tay Paxton now with an outstanding 5.4 or 5.3 second lead. Yeah, those soft tyres will be dead now, so I think Percy pitted maybe a lap early.
He done well to get where he did, and I thought it could be on.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, here we go. Tier's been disqualified for multiple warnings. I don't blame him for that, as you see his car take the service road. Let's have a look how many penalties he picked up. 24 seconds, or actually more than, I think it must have been plus 30. But Non-Human and Matty were also on 24 seconds, so they got to be very, very careful.
Yeah. See, every single driver's got penalties. It's not something I want to say, really. I don't like seeing penalties for everybody. I like, penalties are a key point and does control the flow of the game, really. Definitely controls the flow of the race.
Non-Human, is that another disqualification? Retired in the pits.
Oh no! See, this is one thing that we will look into. As it's instant 0 points on the Jensen Button Award. As Tay Paxton now does a little bit of a wiggle out of 10-20.
Yeah, it does win the race.
And over the line.
There we go. Percy comes in second. Obviously, penalties could change this as DxT comes in at third. No, they stay where they are for the time being. I would like to look at a battle possibly between Brooksy and Freedom. So it looks like Brooksy managed to hold off. Fourth place, we'll see Civi cross the line. Good race from these guys. I think the problem they have with the track limits, I think I'll say in a second after we see DxT Matty cross the line in 5th, Van Dorm in 6th, Kingsholm in 7th, is that they're not relative to what the cars actually are allowed to do in real life. But some of the extensions in real life are a bit more lenient, I suppose.
Well, it's but then it's the code of the game, really. It is white line to white line is the strict rule. With some corners, if you actually look at corners in, let's say for instance, turn 9 in Hungary is extended to be on to the red and white curb, which is fair. But then 10-11, which is 2 corners down, it's the white line, hard white line, what they call it. So it's a bit lenient. It's like the end of the Yas Marina final corner that you're allowed to go over onto the curb. Percy driver of the day, definitely have to give it to Percy.
Can't argue
That's
that.
all. Normally I do argue, but no, I'm not going to argue.
It just shows that you can't put a quali ban on this guy. It doesn't make a difference.
He still battles the way through. I'm very, very impressed. Are we going to get the top 3 drivers in?
Yeah, we are definitely. I've just mentioned as well. There's cheers in the chat as Ari has scored points, and he was wearing a hoodie during that whole race, so he's really hot now. Jesus. So I'll quickly run through finally your end of race stats. Tay is your race winner. Second place is Percy. Third is DxT. We'll hopefully track those guys in a bit. Civi comes in at 4th. Matty in 5th. 6th place we have Ryan Van Doom. 7th Kingsholm. Freedoms comes in at 8th. 9th is Brooksy. Ari rounds up your point scorers in 10th place. Then we have Fleet in 11th. El Stefano in 12th. Wild Gamer 13th. Scrolled in 14th. Non-Human we did see retire in 15th. Matty in 16th. Vike also retired as well with 3 laps to go in 17th. And our DNFs today was Taylor. And our disqualification, only one today, was Tia. So there we go. Yeah.
I did feel sorry for Tia because he had to... one of those penalties he got was because he had to kind of get out of the way of the McLaren.
Yeah, he had to avoid a potential incident.
I think when it comes down to the clean driving award, it still would lose it anyway because of all the penalties it got anyway. But it'd be something that we could overlook a little bit. But I will be going through the stream anyway at the end, tomorrow night, along with TNR to actually review the scores for this week. But absolutely fantastic, well done to our podium sitters. Percy, absolutely epic drive. We're going to hear him a bit smug in a bit, aren't we?
Yeah, he's going to be really smug. I'm sort of quickly add them in now. So I've just added Tay as a friend, so I've not got him as his new driver. So let's get Percy in. And DxT. There he is. We'll wait for Tay. I think I can add him in a second anyway, but I'll just make sure I'll search him quickly. DEH. There he is. Let's add him quickly.
That was an epic race. I've got to give it to all our drivers, every single one of them today. Good battling. Not a single safety car, but we did have one virtual safety car, which is fair.
Yeah, one virtual. I understand that. There was not really much, there's quite a lot of runoff area around here, so it's quite easy to avoid an incident.
Of course, yeah. But absolute fantastic effort from all our drivers, I've got to say that straight up. Now, I'm just going to have a look at our calendar to see what we've got next week.
So we do have Death Dragon in. I'll just wait for the other two to join. I'll message if they are coming in.
Oh. Yeah, Hanoi next week. Yeah, I think
Hanoi.
Yeah, I think I might cry if I had to race that.
I'm not a fan of Hanoi. The thing is, I said we renamed the tracks, which made it a lot more fun. The corners made it a lot more fun. So it's up the shaft, round the tip, and then down the gooch.
Down the gooch.
Yeah, because it's like if you look at it from the side, it looks quite erotic. I would say erotic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's going to be an amusing session.
Yeah.
Have we got all our podium sitters in? I know we've got Tay and I've just seen him.
We're just missing Percy. So if you start with Percy,
right.
You start with these guys. I'll try and get Percy in.
Yeah, I'll start with Tay. So Tay, first race in the USA. How do you feel about that?
Hello, guys.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy. Of course, I didn't expect it to be this. How should I say it? Is easy or relaxing? It was more of a relaxing drive, yeah.
Well, you did like make a lead up and just kind of comfortably stayed in it like most of the race. But before we go on to the questions, I do have to apologise for insulting you by calling you American. It's just that you was racing in an American league, so I do apologise. So right, obviously, we never got to see a battle between you and Percy, which is at the moment one of our quicker drivers, which we really can't wait to see that happen. So you feel like it was quite an easy race. Any problems at all? How was your tyres?
My tires were good. I would say I don't know if you guys saw, but I spun at the end in the last 5 laps.
No, we didn't. I don't know how we missed that, to be honest. But we was more focused on our battles in the mid-pack because you were like so far ahead.
Yeah, I think I lost about 8 seconds or so, and then I got a second penalty. So for me, it was quite tense at the end. So yeah, happy to finish first.
Yeah, I just assumed Percy caught you up.
That's what I assumed, but obviously not.
Yeah, the gap was, I think, 12 seconds or so, and I spun and I lost 8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, because we mentioned that he was 11 seconds behind you. It was like, and then all of a sudden, it was like the last couple of laps, he was like 3 seconds behind you, so close to taking you with the penalties coming in. But then you just opened up the gap again, which was fantastic.
Yeah, I think, I don't know why. Did he do medium softs? I think so, yeah.
I think he did. He did an outstanding stint on the medium tyres and then pushed the softs a little bit longer than what you would expect.
Yeah, so, I knew. Yeah, I just knew I would have an advantage on the hard, so it was okay.
Any questions for you, Herbo?
No, I'd say it was a fantastic. You say from qualifying, you had a fantastic pace around here. So, would you have, knowing you had the pace? Obviously, you were quite far ahead of the next car. Going back, would you go on to the mediums instead and qualify on those, or would you stick with the strategy of doing the soft tires?
Yes, definitely mediums. Definitely, yes.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
To be honest,
that was a good question.
To be honest, I think this was my best qualifying result ever. So the best lap I ever did, I think. So yeah, maybe lucky. I don't know.
I would say it was luck because you were actually quite consistently good throughout all three, the Q1, Q2, Q3.
Yeah, I know, but I was a few tenths behind after my second lap, so I was a bit worried. I wouldn't take pole, but happy in the end. I managed to get pole. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic race today from yourself. What we're going to do is jump over to Percy now. So, Percy, how are you?
Pretty well, how are you?
We're all good, we're good. I've just got to say, what a drive. How do you feel about that?
I'm pretty pleased, to be fair, pretty pleased.
What, just pretty pleased? I was like, you started at the back and you were only 3 seconds behind first at the end. It's an absolutely outstanding drive. I would be ecstatic if that was me.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, yeah. Just annoyed I got that qualifying ban in the last race because I thought I had the pace to be up there today, but yeah, still good points for the championship.
Absolutely. So, what was your plan at the beginning when you started that race, knowing that you were starting at the back? What was you thinking about?
Just be cautious, pick everyone off one by one, don't make any rash moves or decisions, and just see how it goes. Really, yeah.
So, as we was watching, we could see you just moving up the pack quite nicely. Like, after the 3 laps, you're up into the points already. So, absolutely fantastic start. Your tyre strategy, though, was very brave. How was the tyres at the end of each stint?
The mediums were fine. I probably could have gone a bit longer on the mediums. The softs, they were completely fried at the end.
Yeah, because we did comment on it. You did pit like 1 or 2 laps early to go onto the softs for the softs to be very effective. But then you've also got to think, like, do you reckon you would have caught up any more if you actually pitted there a little bit later?
Probably not, no.
Are you, last question for you, Percy. Are you looking forward to next week? Because you won't have a qualifying ban, and we actually might see a battle between you and Tay Paxter.
What track is it next week?
It's Hanoi.
Nope.
Alright, no worries. Have we got Death Dragon in? Yeah, we've got Death Dragon in. Yeah, Death Dragon, fantastic effort from you today. Absolutely brilliant drive. How do you feel it went?
The pace was definitely there. I had a great drive, in my opinion. It's just unfortunate of those penalties because I really think I could have been up there.
Well, you actually did fantastic. We seen the part I seen was when you were all over the back of Vike, and then he collected some damage. I'm not too sure what happened. Did you see what happened with the Vike damage at the turn 5?
I think the back market of my teammate, I think he left or something, so the AI was blocking him a bit, and all of a sudden I saw him off track.
Ah, okay, so collision with the back marker, no problem.
I think so. Also took me almost out, so...
typical AI.
Yeah. And then, and the first couple of laps also got a little bit held up by my teammate, but still managed to pull away on those mediums, actually.
Right, I seen a comment that you put on the chat. Now I didn't get to mention it, but you said that your time was quicker than your time trial.
Yes.
Is that your Q3 time?
My Q3 time is faster than my time trial.
That's brilliant.
So probably after this, I'll go try my time trial a couple of times.
Oh, brilliant. So are you looking for to next week, Hanoi?
For some reason, I actually am. I had a race yesterday there, and I won it, and I had a great pace, so I'm feeling confident, actually.
Oh, nice. I think you should have kept that quiet from the other 2 drivers now, because they're going to be watching you carefully.
They're going to practice it now.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty fantastic. Any questions from Hobo?
Actually, I was going to... Yeah, I don't know if you was aware, did you... I think the reason why a teammate got in the way is that he had a broken wing, and every time he went to pit, he went into the pits, and nothing happened. They wouldn't put a wing on his car. So I think your team ran out of wings. So luckily you didn't lose a wing, because I think you'd have been screwed. But yeah, that's why it kind of went wrong for him.
Amazing.
It was quite funny watching him go in and out of the pit lane and not come out of anything different.
Yeah, every lap I saw at the top of my screen teammate in the pits. I really didn't know why, but I was alright. If he just doesn't block me, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, so that's the reason why anyway. So in case you're wondering.
Well, it does explain a lot.
Yeah, it does. There you go. But yeah, that's all my question. Percy, I said well done as well. That's the last to second finish was amazing. So well done to that.
Cheers.
Absolutely fantastic drive from all of you, and as congratulations to other drivers as well, because I've got to say some absolutely epic battling throughout the whole race.
Yeah, 100%. It was a fun race to watch today. I'm looking forward to Vietnam to see what these drivers can do.
Yeah, better dig up my Hanoi information pack, haven't I?
Yeah, get your notes ready. But guys, thank you for joining us here to chat. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for racing. We will wrap it up here. We will see you all next week for Hanoi, same time. So don't forget you can join myself tomorrow in the commentary for the TNE regionals. You can also join Gaz on Friday for the TTFL race. And again, you can join us both on Saturday when we do commentate and race on the TNE, the National League. So
we've also got the TNR tomorrow with Kingsholm, and I believe it's Percy, is it? That's joining them?
Oh, Percy's gone, but yeah, I think it was Percy. I think it's Percy as well.
Yeah, so they'll be commentating tomorrow in TNR, so join us for that. It'll be interesting because they are now a week behind due to a glitch with the system last week, so they're going to be in Hungary.
Oh, there we go. And also, we are trying to start looking to start a Sunday league, guys. So if you are interested in that, please let us know, because we are trying to look into that, doing a bit of a different format as well. But it's been a brilliant day, Gaz. You got any final comments?
No. Thank you very much for everybody who's commented. I really do enjoy a little bit of banter, a little bit of conversation about F1 related stuff. So keep it up and join us next week.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a lot of chat going on at the moment. While you were doing that, there are mentions of merchandise. I am sitting here wearing a DxT hoodie. I'm commentating tomorrow. I will try and link the website to you guys if you do want to your own DxT merch. I will try and get that over to you guys. If I remember. But yeah, if we do keep the chats coming, we do love to hear all your comments. You do add a bit of a entertainment side of it for us. A bit of a chat reasons as well. But yeah,
so
go on.
Let's say good night, guys. Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you very much, guys. We'll see you all next week. See you guys next week.